Fallout 76 is a game that doesn't necessarily have a correct way to play. Although the more you play, you're going to learn some things that you probably wish you didn't do early on. I'm going to talk to you about a few things that I learned the hard way and that I wish I didn't make these mistakes earlier in the game. This list is going to appeal not only to my newer players, but players who haven't played in this game for quite a while. These are some mistakes that you might still make. I still find myself making these almost on a weekly basis. So grab a snack, let's tackle this list. So for this first tip that I learned the hard way, this took me a while to actually figure out myself, and it's because I'm hard-headed and I don't listen. This is something I've seen a lot of newer players do because they don't necessarily understand the different amounts of currencies there is in this game. We're going to talk about legendary script and caps. So legendary script I hold more valuable than caps. It really depends on what you're looking at it for. If you're a lower level and you want to upgrade your weapons, obviously legendary script is going to be more valuable to you than caps. So one mistake I've made, and I've seen a lot of newer players make, is that they will sell legendary weapons to store vendors instead of script machines, and I'm going to tell you why you do not want to do that. As you can see, this Exterminator's Death Tambo I can actually sell for 80 caps straight to this vendor, Mr. Frederick over here in the White Springs. But if I go over here to the legendary exchange machine, I can get 40 legendary script for it. Now, in this game, I would value legendary script more than I would value caps. And the reason why is caps they're easier to come by than legendary script. Legendary script you can only really get by, well, either earning legendary script by itself by completing quest or earning it through the seasons board, but also at the same time you have to scrap legendary weapons to get the script, and to craft these good weapons that you want, these god tier rolls that the higher players walk around with, like for example. So when looking at my legendary weapons, let's take a look at my Holy Fire. As you can see, Holy Fire is a pretty popular legendary weapon that you get from the Beast of Burden event. As you can see, the value is 973 caps. If you actually come over here to Mr. Frederick, he'll actually be willing to pay a measly 243 caps, and that's with my charisma perk applied that will actually increase store prices. So as you can see, with a level 3 hard bargain, you're already not getting a good price. Now coming over here to the legendary script machine, my Holy Fire would give me 40 legendary script. So you can take this legendary script that you earn from the machine, and you can go to the Rusty Pick and buy legendary modules to turn into a weapon. As you can see here, I have this alien disintegrator. We're gonna put a legendary module on after I took the script and purchased the modules. It takes 3 to get a legendary roll, so we're gonna go ahead and put those on there. So these items, instead of selling for caps, guys, don't sell for caps. You're gonna regret it later on. Sell for script. Trust me, that's what you want to do. Script gets harder to come by, and that's really what you want to work towards, is having so much script that you can kind of craft these legendary weapons as you're ready to. Because I know if you're a lower level, you don't necessarily have the plans or the resources to create these weapons. Trust me, you're going to want to start saving this early. Moving on to my next tip, guys. This is one that it took me a little bit to actually learn this myself, but trust me, once you figure this out, it is actually going to save you a lot of frustration, especially when you do something like Eviction Notice. If you don't know, Eviction Notice is an event that's going to give you a lot of legendary drops. I'm going to let you know now, Eviction Notice is probably the event that I learned this on. So when you're out adventuring, I would always keep a extra power armor chassis on you. As you can see, I have one right here, renamed to storage. The reason I have this, if I come across any power armor pieces that are legendary and I don't want to scrap, or let's say you're level 30 and you come across some like T60 power armor that you want to save to your higher level, you can put it in this power armor storage and will only ever weigh 10 pounds. So as you can see, they weigh 10 pounds. So let me actually show you my Overeaters T65. So if I were to empty all of this out, let me empty all of this out from my chassis and then pick the chassis back up. As you can see, each one of them will weigh different. So guys, looking at the pieces, the legs for me weigh almost 17 pounds a piece. The arms weigh around 12, and the helmet also weighs around 12. The torso is going to weigh 15 pounds. So if you do the math, that's more than 10. Just keep it in the chassis. Even if the pieces don't match together and you're using it just for storage, I highly recommend this. This will save you one from leaving some power armor behind early on in the game, because I do recommend early in the game, when you have the chance to come across this power armor super early, to pick it up and either keep it with you until you can use it or scrap it, because that's a plan you could learn. You don't want to miss out on these valuable plans early in the game. Again, not all power armor you scrap you're going to learn the plan for, but don't you want that piece of T60 that you just walked past? And you're level 35 and you probably can't touch it till you're level 45, 50? Put it in the chassis. Yeah, you can't wear it yet. Put it in the chassis. Trust me. It's going to save you a lot of carry weight and you don't have to hobble around looking for the nearest stash box. On top of that, if it has a legendary roll, you can just pop the chassis out at the Rusty Pick and then sell it all to a legendary vendor, and then problem solved. You don't have to worry about being overweight. Moving on to the next tip I learned the hard way. This is going to be one that, well, you're going to do a few times regardless. So whenever you're playing the game and you finally get back to White Springs or your camp and you're looking to basically clear your inventory. We all have done this at the end of a quest. Your inventory is full, you're almost overweight, you want to do the best you can to scrap everything. Well, when you go to scrap items, I recommend never actually pressing scrap all junk, to actually check first what you have. I also recommend not scrapping from the new pile. We've talked about that in a prior video about mistakes I've made. Link in the video if you have not seen it to check it out. This tip is going to be, don't press scrap all, because this right here, hardened mass, I want to keep my hardened mass. I actually use that to stabilize my flux. So just scrapping this for the ultracite scrap is not what I want to do. Hardened mass is harder to come across. You can only really get it from enemies that are in nuclear zones. I don't want to have to look for more of that. But I don't need this Nuka-Cola cup and straw. I want to save the frying pan for my camp. So instead of just tapping Y or triangle, just scroll down to it and press X camp. Or just even so, before you press scrap all junk, scroll through, see if there's anything you need. Don't just rely on knowing that everything in your junk pile you're not going to use. Just give it another look. You never really know. Trust me, this is going to be one that's going to bite you in the butt a few times if you don't actually pay attention to it. You're going to end up scrapping a bunch of good stuff, and you're not going to know it until it's too late, and then you're kind of stuck, and it's unfortunate, and there's no way to get that back once you lost it. Yeah, you can keep looking around for it, but I'm going to tell you what, it's not going to be easy to find. So just trust me, listen to Vlad on this one. This is what I've done. I've legitimately learned the hard way out of all of these the most, is that this one alone. So yeah, don't do this one. Listen to me. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. Look. Don't scrap all junk unless you know for sure it's all junk. Okay. This next one is, don't play solo. Join a team. You don't have to play with the team if you join a team. Joining a casual team does not mean you have to follow them around. Joining a casual team will just give you instead that boost that is formed while you play with your teammates on the game. I'm in a casual team 24/7 in this game because playing solo just hinders you. Join a team. Please join a team. If you have 4 people in the team, even though you guys are nowhere near the same areas on the map, you could be doing completely different things. One guy's doing events, the other guy's doing a quest. You could be at White Springs just walking around and talking into a microphone like I do for most of the time I'm on the game. The other guy in your team could be AFK farming something. As long as all 4 of you are on a team and you form the max bond, you will get a +4 intelligence boost. That +4 intelligence boost, yes, will help you rank up faster. You want that boost. Maybe you and your buddies are event hopping. Make an events team. If you have 3 other people on that events team with you for a long enough time to form that maximum bond, that's double XP for that event. Why wouldn't you want that? You don't want double XP for doing Moonshine Jamboree, Radiation Rumble. Just make an events team. Just do it. If you're doing daily ops, make a daily ops team. Most of the time, if someone's in a daily ops team, they're getting ready to launch a daily ops. Join the team if you want to participate. You also have, if you have 4 people with a maximum bond, that's double XP for completing that daily op. Trust me, join a team. There's no reason not to. Same for expedition team and even the roleplay team. The roleplay team and the exploration team, the two that you never really see in this game, a boost is a boost. You will still get a bonus for being on that team. Always make sure you're on a team. There's no reason why you shouldn't be. And finally, guys, something I learned the hard way. This one was a headache when I first started doing it. Don't worry about your build till you're level 50. If you don't have all your special points yet, which you do max out when you get to 50, there's no point in committing to the bloody build or a full health build or any kind of build until you're surpassed level 50, so you can have your maximum special attribute points. Until you get those attribute points, all 50 of them, there's really no point in committing to a single build. Kind of space your perks out kind of however you really want to on your way to level 50. Honestly, like if you use shotguns, run the shotgun perk. If you use energy weapons, run the energy weapon perk. Don't commit to a build until you're past level 50. I know this is kind of tough because the meta in this game is to find a build and stick to it. Don't search for that build till you're past level 50. I mean, well, I don't want to say that. You can search for it. Just don't commit until you're past level 50. If you're not able to distribute all 50 special points to something because you're not even a high enough level yet, there's really no point in committing to a single build. Just saying. It's gonna be harder. Trust me. Just give it a go. Wait till you're level 50. See how it pans out. Guys, if you made it this far into the video, be sure to press that like button down below and comment the tips that you learned the hard way in this game. There's a ton of them. I could probably make a part 3 if I'm being honest. I know part 1 was one of the more popular videos here on the channel, and I really appreciate the support on that. There's a lot of comments on that video. If you guys would like to see those comments in like a part 3, let me know in the comment section down below. I can get on that if you guys want. Also, guys, I want to take the second to apologize if you guys hear any wind or thunder during this video. I've noticed it while editing. I was recording this during basically a hurricane, so it's passing on through. It's a minor one. It's passing on through. I live in Florida. We're used to it. Trust me. So that's where the extra background noise comes into. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos you're gonna get every weekday, guys. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. And as always, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Deuces.